Back 5-0 wins. It's the perfect response of champions, isn't it, after the Tottenham defeat?
Most definitely. I think Mancity played fabulous today, but like Dad pointed out, they wasn't really up against much. There wasn't no fight from Arsenal. It was easy, pretty much. It was men against boys for the whole game, and City dominated and got their rewards for it. But other than that, Arsenal got some real things to look at to try and work on to turn this around.
Well, that kicks off match week 3 in pretty dramatic fashion at the Etihad Stadium. We've got 6 more games for you today. A 5-game goal rush with our feature coming from the London Stadium. West Ham looking for a 3rd straight win against Crystal Palace. And the day's final game, of course, is a big one. Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool against Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea, both looking to keep their 100% starts intact. As a result of that win for Manchester City, well, they go top on goal difference for a few hours at least. 6 points from their 3 games played, scoring 10 goals in the process. For Arsenal, a very different story, and that says it all. They are rock bottom. Played 3, lost 3, no goals scored. They've conceded 9. The worst possible start to the season for Mikel Arteta, who goes into the international break with much to ponder. Stadium, it leaves Arsenal rooted to the bottom of the Premier League. Any reaction from the Arsenal dressing room and camp and the Manchester City camp, we will be bringing them to you as soon as we get it. Let's just look back at all 5 goals in what could eventually be a damaging defeat for Mikel Arteta. Only 7 minutes in, City were up and running with their first attack, and that was only after Gabriel Jesus chased down a hopeful pass. Sean?
Yeah, correct. And Turney lets him turn, comes out, plays the ball in nicely to Bernardo, who just drifts it out to him. He lofts it in, and a great header from behind Gundogan puts it in the back of the net.
Too easy this, isn't it, from a City perspective here?
Well, I think so, yeah. The build-up in it, we've shown how easy that was, but in the end, you know, if it's going to be that easy and you're going to play against a team like City, you will be punished. Gundogan didn't even have to jump there. I think this one sums it up. You've got an experienced player like Cedric, gets himself in a good position in the middle there to block it, and he gets himself all over the place. What kind of challenge is that? What kind of clearance is that? And then, you know, obviously City from there with Torres, it's a very easy finish. You know, it's a good position he's taken up. Like Sean said at half time, the defenders are in quite a good position there. But what is that challenge there? And it kind of summed up everything about Arsenal. Nowhere near everybody all day today. No enthusiasm, no endeavour, no fight. You know, it's what we lack. Like Sean said at the start, no leadership from the top of the club to nowhere. Look at that, 4 passes and it's a goal. And you look where he came from, right down the middle of the team. It's like whatever's happening, whatever's going on, how badly you're playing, there must be some form of organisation. How can that happen at this level of football?
Arsenal down to 10 men at this point. Granted, Xhaka had been given his marching orders, but it's the ease with which Jack Grealish goes past his man here, isn't it?
Yeah, but not only that, it's very rare that, as Dad will tell you, as a striker, that you get 2 touches within the 6-yard box and have time to be that composed and still put it in. It just shows you how bad defensively Arsenal was today.
4-0 came courtesy of Rodri, and actually, Ian, I know you'll want to berate the defending for most of the game, but you've got to give Rodri credit for the finish.
Because, again, when you've got this much time with players of this calibre, you know, he's got time to pick his spot. And what people think, it seems like it's a long way out. And for me, for a side foot, it does seem like a long way out. And the way he's finished it, it is a fantastic. Look how many Arsenal players there. I think El Nenny's got to do more here. I think it's a half-hearted challenge. You know, his body doesn't look big. But when you look at it from this angle, watch where this starts. You'll see it from the next angle, to be honest, but outside the post, that is, and you'll see it better from here. This is an excellent finish, but this is the kind of stuff that when you're doing the shooting in training, that's the kind of shooting you do. They lay it back, set it off outside the post, and hopefully it bends in. Laying on no chance with that finish. It's a super finish.
Yeah, 4-0 up, Manchester City had the luxury of bringing on Riyad Mahrez, and I know you were almost exasperated at that point, because you know a player of his ilk can cause some damage, and as it turned out, he assisted here, didn't he, for Torres' second.
You've got to show him down the line. Kieran Tierney lets him come inside, and look how easy that is for Ferran Torres to go in there, you know, with the centre. Look where he is, in between them. No one's picking him up. He's got him there, and then bam, he's lost him. Too easy. I think that between the goalkeeper and the defenders, all the central defenders, too easy. And I'm supposed to believe that Kolasinac, somebody that they're trying to get rid of, is better than Saliba, William Saliba, who's out on loan, apparently not at the standard. So if he's not at the standard to play in this team and Kolasinac can play, why have we bought him? Because if Kolasinac can play in front of him, what's going on? Why have we bought him?
Sean, do you think Pep would be surprised by how easy it turned out to be for City today?
I think not only Pep, I think Man City fans, me including myself, we know obviously Arsenal in transition, well, if that's what you want to call it, but the first 10 minutes it didn't seem like it was going to, like, their press was pretty organised, and the same thing happened when they played Chelsea. The first 10 minutes they went out, they was organised. It's like as soon as the first goal goes in, they crumble and their mentality changes. But like we said at the beginning of the game, if you're going to play the system you played, so defensively, what happens when you go 2-0 down? Like, how do you change that around? Because you're already defensive. So to make so many attacking changes would have been more detrimental to them, which didn't help anyway, because Xhaka does something silly and gets sent off.
There didn't seem to be the plan for, okay, we know that City are going to have a lot of the ball. The way he played, he wanted to play with the wing backs. So then you want to make sure that you can get on the ball, and at some stage you can get your forward players in the game. I feel sorry for Aubameyang again today. Nothing happened for him. But what was the plan? Are we going to press them and then try and deny them space in the midfield so as then we can't let them get to us? And that, or are we going to drop off and have the 5 at the back? Because as soon as you saw them score, it went to 5-4-1. Yeah. We saw it on the tactical, and I'm thinking, well, what is the plan to then win the ball and condense the areas to get out and score? Because we got to score to try and get back in the game or win the game. So this is where I have a massive problem, because I don't know what the game plan, I don't know what plan A is, and I don't know what plan B is.
In this game, you mentioned Mikel Arteta. What would you say to he's going to be under a lot of pressure now after this run of results, and he's a great friend of yours. What would you say to the fans of Arsenal, just in terms of giving him time?
Only I can say, listen, all I can say, I work 2 or 3 years together. What I learned from him is few times in my life I could learn many things. He's above or beyond a good manager. The character, personality, the leading, and is incredible beloved for all of us. We were sad when he leaves, and sometimes the people expect the results immediately. So the squad that today he played the team is not the team like he dreamed, because they have 6, 7, 8 injuries. Important, really important players. Ben White. Examples of that. Thomas Partey came here. And he cannot use the players that he needs to do it. So all the managers need the squad, the depth squad. All our players except Kevin and Phil, the other ones are completely fit. I can handle. They became better manager than myself. So, yeah, I absolutely I'm a big fan of him, and I'm pretty sure if they trust him, so they are going to do a good job in Arsenal.
How do you assess that punishing result?
Really painful. A lot of incident happened in the game to get where we got. I think we started the game really well. And in the first situation, they have the ball wide near to our box. We didn't defend the cross. We defend the run into the box really poorly, and we are 1-0 down. After that, we tried to go again. I think we created some situations. We conceded the second goal. For me, it's a clear punch on Callum's face. The referee allows it to go. We are 2-0 down, and then after the red card, obviously, a mountain to climb.
Yeah, and what did you say to Granit Xhaka? I mean, his 2 feet are off the ground. Were you angry with that result, or did you expect that? It's an experienced player.
I am angry because of the consequences that I had to the team. I must say the line that we've been judged with is really thin, because we have suffered actions like that already in the last 2 Premier League games and nothing happened. And I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed with the second goal, the way they allowed that goal.
Pierre-Emerick's been in here talking to us, and he's saying it's not about tactics, it's not about even individual errors. He's talking about the side lacking a bit of courage and commitment. Is that right?
If it's his feeling, is right, because he's on that field and he's experiencing that. What I can tell is the way we started the game today, and then when we have to make decisions, we look nervy and we start playing back to the goalkeeper, and we didn't have the the ability, I don't know if it's the courage to make better decisions when we got into the final third in the box, once with Bukayo, which I think is as well a push, another one with KT, and then with 10 men, you know what, the game that they're going to play.
But was it a mistake to play this defensive system? Did you work on it enough? Did you have enough time in the week to get it ready?
We played that system before. Last week when we played with back four against Chelsea is why we don't play with three. Every time you lose the game, it should have been the other system or on another player. We understand that and you have to accept it.
And you've been talking about the project and the things you want to do. It's quite hard to sell that at the moment, isn't it, when the results are like this to the fans?
When you lose games, it's impossible. But you saw we had, I think, 3,000 fans today, and the way they reacted to the team and the club with the support they are giving, it was unconditional. That's why everybody went there to say thank you, because I'm really proud of that. I'm sorry we cannot give them the result right now, and we have to fix it.
Does the international break give you a chance to regroup?
Well, to regroup, to get a lot of players hopefully back as well that we need, and try to start work, refresh their minds. It's been really tough the first 3 weeks with everything that happened, and we need to face the challenge.
Thanks, Mikel.
Thank you.
It's not the first time we've seen